Hey guys, it's Mal. I am back for part 2 of my full lash showdown. So lashes including everything from the serum you put on your lashes for nourishment to the lash curler and brush to the lash primer, and then today we're doing mascaras. So I did what I always call Lust Must. So that would be the most expensive and the least expensive. So I did kind of the department store Sephora brands and then also did the drugstore brands. And so I'm gonna talk a little bit about each of them, tell you what I liked, what I didn't like, and then we'll see who came out on top. So first one is a Lancome Oscillation. Now this is one that I've actually been using, but they came out with a new version of it that has a bigger brush. So it gives great separation. I love the vibration of it, but it takes a little bit to get used to. But the brush gives a lot more volume than the original one, and it does give decent length too. So this is really, I would say, a good triple threat that it gives you the separation, volume, and the length. Next, we've got Dior Show. So this brush is basically the size of Texas. So it makes it a little difficult to get the inner lashes, toward the inner edge of your eye and the outer lashes, as well as on the bottom is really, really difficult to do. But it does have really good volume. So it's not great on separation, but I had a few clumps, but not bad. So overall, it's got great volume, but I'm not really a big brush person. I like a smaller brush. But if you like a big brush, then this is definitely a really, really good one for you. Next, we have Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. And so this is a nice medium-sized brush, which is gonna be probably good for most people. Most people don't like the huge one or the teeny ones. This is a good one. So it's easier to use, easier to get those inner and outer lashes. It's a lot of length and volume, but not quite as good on the separation. So you sacrifice a little bit on separation, but you get that length and volume. And it's not clumpy volume either. So it's still got a defined separation though, which I like. So this is one that I've also used before and really like. Those are actually the two that I own. And then finally we have Ultra Flesh Panthera. That was a really cool panther head on the end, which just made me happy. So I really, really love the brush on this one. It's a really, really stiff brush. So it adds a lot of volume right toward the lash line, and then as it kind of goes up, as you sweep it up, it gives really great separation, and I love that separation. And so it's not this wimpy brush, and so it's nice and stiff, glides through your lashes, and then you get some volume with it too. So you get every single lash, and you get great separation. You get length with it as well. I was really impressed with this one, honestly, and I had never even heard of it before, but I was very, very impressed with it. I really loved it. So those are my 4 top picks. of trying other ones as well. 4 top picks for the department store Sephora brands. And now moving on, so those are my lusts. Moving on to the must. So we've got Rimmel London Lash Accelerator. So this one is mascara with a growth lash complex in it. But what was crazy is that I could see the length just as I was even brushing it on. So it's got a really nice brush, and you could just totally see the length. I love the length, and it also gives great separation. So it does have a little bit of clump on the end of the brush, so you kind of have to, wipe it off a little bit, but it's definitely not bad at all. So this one I really liked, and I love the length with it. So the length was definitely the high point for this one. Next is CoverGirl Lash Blast. Now this one is the one that you see a million commercials for. A lot of people use it. It's one of the most popular ones. So the brush is really an interesting brush, and that's something that I really love about it, but it is a little difficult to maneuver when you get to the corners of your eye again. So that's something that you kind of have to work with, but you can get it. You get great separation with this kind of brush, which I really love, and I love that it's not clumpy at all. And it does also add a lot of length. I really like the formula for it. For some reason, it even just feels very different. And so it gives a really nice, rich black color. It is also, this is the waterproof version, which I always like a waterproof mascara. You never know when you're just gonna like randomly burst into tears, who knows? So you definitely like that. But when I went to take it off, as I was testing these with my makeup pad, I mean, I couldn't get the stuff off. Like this is serious waterproof. So if you want that, this is the best waterproof mascara on the waterproofing end that I've ever tried. So that was definite win for that one. Okay, the next one we've got is L'Oreal Voluminous Extra Volume Collagen. Now, this brush was actually quite interesting. It kind of is on the shape of this wave, which I liked, but it's quite large. But even with the big brush, I still thought you had good separation, and because of the wave and kind of comes to a tip at the end, I could still get those inner and outer lashes, which I really, really liked. So it didn't have quite as much volume though compared to some of the other mascaras, but it had a really nice clean look with that separation. So you had a really nice great fan of lashes, which I really liked. So that's the L'Oreal. And then finally is the Maybelline Lash Stiletto. And this one, I really liked the brush on it. It had a nice long brush, and it's also, again, very stiff like the Panthera was. So that one was really, really nice. I just love those stiff brushes. I don't know why, so I'm not sure about, this is all personal preference. So it's really whatever you're gonna like. But I really did like that stiff brush, and it gives really, really great separation, which is kind of my key point. You hear me talk about it. That's why these are my top ones, because they all give great separation. But it also gives really, really good length, and that's what I love. And when you pull the brush out, it's totally clump free, which is also really nice. It doesn't have, extra mascara on it. So it does give you a little bit of volume at the lash line, and then you get kind of the separation as it goes out higher. So that one I really definitely liked as well. So do you guys want to hear my winners? Winners? Anybody? I know you do. So the Lash Showdown, as we're calling it, ends with the must being the Panthera. So must is definitely the Panthera. I just loved it. I mean, it's what I'm wearing now. I'd never heard of it before until I got a bunch of different ones to try. So thank you for asking this question, because I have a new favorite mascara. So this was my all-around favorite one. If I could have must or must, this is my all-around favorite. But on the must end, there was still one that I really liked as well, and that one is Maybelline Lash Stiletto. So these are obviously, you can kind of tell they were the kind of similar brushes, but both of them I thought were the best triple threat. And that's what I was looking for, was one that would give you separation, volume, and length. So these two are great for the triple threat. I thought they were the best triple threat of all of them. Although it was a really difficult situation, the oscillation was a really, really close second. So I definitely still have to kind of give a shout out to that one. And on this end, I do have to kind of give a little shout out to the Lash Blast, which was a definite close second. So these, again, to remind you from yesterday, the Sephora curler, the Givenchy primer, and then use Rapid Lash, and that will give you long, sexy lashes. And you can top those off with Lash Stiletto or Ultra Fresh Panthera. So these are my two winners, and now I've got two special tips for you guys when it comes to mascara. So the first one is, this is kind of an old makeup artist trick. Instead of putting on your mascara just like this, how most of us put it on, actually, if you start really, really low at the lash line and then just wiggle your brush back and forth all the way up, and that's gonna give you the triple threat, the separation, length, and volume. And it's also going to keep you from getting clumps. So that's a really, really great way to put on mascara. And then, and then finally, the other trick is, and this is a direct question that someone asked. Someone asked, you know, how do I put on mascara without getting it above or below? Well, the answer is in a tissue. So all you do is, you know, you can fold it in half. I fold mine all the way, and then just place it as close to that lash line as you can get. I look really great right now, don't I? I look like somebody is like wounded or something. But you want to get it as close to that lash line, and then after that, then put on your mascara. And wiggle it back and forth. And then take it off. No mascara above. And then the same thing is even better with below, because those are really hard. So put it up as close to you as you can. Don't stab your eye out though with it or something. And then wiggle it back and forth. Get those little lashes. Sometimes you can even turn your brush. And then you remove that. And you don't have any mascara anywhere else except your fabulous lashes. So that is the answer to your question. Thanks for asking. And thank you for watching. Definitely subscribe to YouTube, follow me on Facebook, and I am so excited you guys watched. And let me know what you think. I want to know what your favorite mascaras are. Maybe I'll get some more tips. So thanks so much, guys.